Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here. Make sure to press like if you are just joining us. I am going to be taking some questions. Very happy new year to all of you. We are entering into the next decade, which only happens once in a decade. I'm really looking forward to getting some questions or answering some questions here, and I'll do my best to get to as much of it as possible. Super chats help, and make sure to check those links below. There's a lot of options there, including our merchandise here at WAM. So make sure to check all that out. And anyway, send in your questions, and I will get to them as fast as possible. Jim Cooper says, "What's up, bro?" Not too much. Just kind of sitting here waiting for the festivities to begin here in Las Vegas. Yeah, just waiting for some questions and going to take as many of them as possible. I know it's a busy day, as in not really. Everyone's kind of got the day off for the most part on New Year's Eve, or at least they get off early or whatever. I don't know how it works anymore. Shinobi Wan says yo yo to you as well. Make sure to press like, guys. It helps. I can't do questions unless I get questions. Shinobi One says, "How's it going?" There's a question. Pretty good. I'm back from Canada, thank God, and enjoying sunshine. I mean, it's still kind of chilly, but got some sunshine, which is nice. Jim Cooper says, "Do you think turmoil abroad will hit before the U.S.?" Well, it's already hitting, and it's already hitting in the U.S. I mean, there's turmoil left and right, and I'm going to get into some of this stuff that's happening lately, especially with what's happening right now with Iraq and Hezbollah and Syria and Iran, which is really getting crazier by the day. But we'll go into that a bit later. I'm sure I'll get some questions on that. Craig Simpson says, "Check out our email from a Radiant Creators. We would like to interview you." Okay, I'll make sure to check out the email. I haven't seen it, but I'll make sure to check that out. Make sure it's sent to worldalternativemedia@gmail.com. Jim Cooper says, "As far as the financial system." Well, okay, so again, the turmoil's already hit. We see the homelessness rate everywhere just skyrocketing, and it says a lot about the state of the global economy when there's so much bullishness but so much struggle at the same time. And it kind of shows that tale of two cities kind of situation right up front for everyone to see clear as day. I believe that you cannot put a date on the crash. I refuse to do that, and I always have. We just know what the fundamentals tell us and what all fiat currencies eventually do. But I feel like Deutsche Bank will likely be one of the first major dominoes to fall in the global economy. We are already seeing a lot of turmoil in Italy. We're seeing a lot of turmoil still to this day in Greece. We're seeing it in Turkey. We're seeing it in, Britain is being hit pretty hard, and the pound's being hit pretty hard lately. And to, add to that, there is the negative interest rate risk that we're seeing in both, in Britain, in Europe in general, in Australia, in Italy, in China, and in the United States, and in Canada. So that's kind of a global issue that's happening across the board, no doubt about it. Chris Zapansky says, "Happy New Year." Oh, and Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. No, he certainly did not. I just had to pick up Luke Rudowski of We Are Change from the airport a little while ago here in Las Vegas. And of course, he recently went to Epstein Island to try to troll around there. Now, here's something I can't help but notice. We got 25 people out of 136,000 people watching right now. Is that not like totally ridiculous? Like channels with, I don't know, 10,000 subscribers have like 800 people watching at a time on their live streams. It's just so frustrating. I got in a fight with people at YouTube yesterday who didn't in any way deny that I was being shadow banned, by the way. Because I'm over 100,000 subscribers, I'm allowed to reach out to them on a chat. So I reached out to them on the chat and I started asking them why every single video we post is demonetized the second we press publish. And the guys at YouTube were like, "Well, this is how the monetization button works, and then you could send it to review." And I'm like, "That's not what I'm asking." I said, "Why am I automatically demonetized the second I post?" I'm like, when I post, it immediately demonetizes, and then I send it for review, and then 4 days later, once you stifle any further views on those videos and they freeze at the same viewership forever, then you monetize it, maybe. Why? And they're like, well, you have to send it in for a review. I'm like, no, why? Why are you guys doing this? And they just refuse to answer. And I said, look, I realize that you guys in the chat aren't privy to most of the information on who's being shadow banned and who isn't. However, with that said, I want you guys to know that you are ruining thousands and thousands and thousands of lives. You are restricting people, you're bankrupting people, you're restricting people from putting food on the table for their family. They're the same people that make your website possible to exist. You are destroying their lives. How do you feel about that? And of course, they're like, oh, well, we understand how you feel. Have a great day. And it's like, and they said they're going to get back to me on why I'm being automatically demonetized. It doesn't change the fact that I'm making now $3 a day on YouTube in monetization. $3. So for those that are seeing ads on the videos, YouTube's taking all the freaking revenue from them. So we need your super chats. We need your pledges. Check out those links below. You can get the merchandise from the Wham Teespring store as well, which will help us stay alive. We need those likes on the videos, and we need you to go to float.app. If you go to flote.app, you will be able to find us there where we are posting videos. We're actually getting monetized. And officially, as of a couple days ago, I'm making a few dollars more on float.app than I'm making on YouTube in monetization. So you can find me at Josh Sigurdson as well as at Wham, W-A-M. What's your prob says about the 450 buy? I don't know what you mean by that. Let's see. Matt Spence says, hey, Josh. Hey, how's it going? Glad to see you here, man. I see a few people. Christopher Fernando says, hey, it's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Bubble Boy. Whatever that means. Okay, so what's your prob says, how about the 450 billion being printed every day? Still going on? Yeah. They are printing a ton of money into, it's called the Repocalypse or something. We've done a lot of videos on that, which you can find on our channel as well. Most of our videos aren't being seen by anyone anymore, hence the 42 people out of 136,000 people currently watching. So anyways, Craig Simpson, I just got your email. Thank you for that. Harris05 says, maybe YouTube support doesn't know they shadow banned you. Well, yeah, some people do, some people don't, but they know that their own CEO is saying that they're cutting content that's considered controversial from being seen by 70%. It's a lot more for Wham now. We are now a shell of what we were. At the beginning of January of 2019, we were the fastest growing independent media in the world as far as numbers go. And then as of February going into now, we have been cut down 85%. No one's seeing anything. Our videos aren't being seen for the most part. So yeah, we're basically dead in the water. So what I'm doing is I'm selling all of my things. I'm getting rid of everything I own. I'm getting out of my house that I rent. I'm getting out of my vehicle. I'm getting off all my bills. I'm selling all of my possessions except for some clothes and my cameras. And I'm moving to essentially, well, Asia/Europe/Africa for $150, $200 a month rents in small places on the other side of the world. It's the only way I can produce content anymore because they've bankrupted me and I can't afford to do anything anymore. So be it. Whatever. They will never shut me up. 100% they can try and rip me to shreds. They will never, ever shut me up. They'll have to kill me. Make sure to press like on this video if you haven't already. Helps out with the algorithm, I guess. Make sure to share it if you haven't. Anyway, so that's the situation I'm in. People say that I do this stuff for the money. It's ridiculous. If I did it for the money, I wouldn't do it. I've been ripped to shreds as far as that goes. I'm doing this because I believe in spreading free information to the populace. It's important. And now more than ever, because we are really at a turning point here. Stay Content says, I'm a subscriber on Subscribestar. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, man. Helps a lot. Those subscriptions, those pledges, if you haven't already, guys, just $1 or more a month makes a huge difference to us. So check those links below, and you can get Wham merchandise from the Teespring store as well. And you can send super chats. There's GoFundMe, Patreon, Subscribestar, all that kind of stuff. And join us on float.app, flote.app, where I'm at Josh Sigurdson as well as at Wham, where they're allowing us to monetize stuff. So look at it this way. Float.app, it's got, they want to replace Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Tumblr, Reddit, and Patreon all in one Plus, on top of that, you can do live streams with super chats. You can get monetized as a channel, and they're unrolling that. And I've been able to be monetized on Float now on my videos there. So, and I have done exclusive videos where I've only posted I've only posted to Float because I can't post on YouTube certain videos anymore because with the new terms of services, everything's considered bullying, even if you're like going after public figures and calling them out. So yeah, this website's done. It's totally done. What's your prop says you'll be hearing from my wallet. Bye, Josh. All right. I'm confused. Did I miss something? I gotta scroll up here. About the $450 billion. Yeah, I answered that earlier. I appreciate you asking the questions, and I got a whole bunch of stuff here. I got a whole bunch of people I got to go through here. I want to make sure I get to as many questions as possible. Tech Shot BLX says you could tell he doesn't do it for the money. Yeah, certainly not. I mean, I could really use enough to live on so I can buy food because that's nice. But because if I did for the money, I wouldn't be making $3 a day off of YouTube. They cut me down. I said before that they cut me down 90% in monetization. It's closer to like 99%. It's just like it's impossible now. They've cut me down on entirely. I'm done on YouTube as far as money goes. And January 1st, tomorrow, beginning of a new decade, beginning of an era, and they are going to be shutting down a lot of channels tomorrow. So keep your eye out for that. And make sure to find us on float.app because they might shut us down. We're also on BitChute. All linked below in the description, so anything helps, guys. Chris Sapansky says, how much longer will the longest bull market in stocks last? 5 years, 10 years, forever? I don't think it'll last forever. It just can't. But as far as that goes, there's no really saying how long because you got the Federal Reserve printing currency, and I believe they're printing it into the market, and they're going. I believe that we're seeing all the evidence that we need that the plunge protection team is trying to hold up the markets, faulty bubbled markets, and when they do that, they prop it up more, and there's more speculation, but not as much fundamental value. So that's how you see the end of a market, and that's how you see bubbles burst, big time. Mumar Prezina says, hi there, Josh. Love your content at Wham. I have a friend with 45K subs on channel, and when he live streams, he gets literally 300 to 500 viewers on the first 15 minutes of the stream starting. I get you. Yeah, I know. We're 100% shadow banned to the max. It's unbelievable how shadow banned we are. Harris05 says, Happy New Year, UK. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you as well. Is it already 2020 over there? Is it already the next decade over there? Steve Cunningham says, hi from Australia. Happy New Year to you as well. Same question to you. Mike Stafford says, they definitely iron fist that category. Maybe list under education. Yeah, I can't even, my name, even putting my name on a video shadow bans me or other people if they mention me. They've made me poison, basically, to this website. And they have AI that analyzes the voice, so even if you don't write it in the description, if you say it in a video, it can affect it. Shinobi Wants says, I just tried to super chat you, but you NoobTube won't let me. They won't let you super chat me? Oh my God, this is literally the only way I make money on YouTube is by taking super chats. Man, it's just so, it's honestly tragic what they're doing. They're just ripping everyone apart, and it's so sad to watch take place. And it really hurts to be the guy that's getting hit because I've been working my butt off 17 hours a day mostly since like 2010, for basically the whole decade, and especially since 2013. And they just like ripped all the monetization away from me, and they won't let me reach people. The audience that I've built for the past decade, all my work, all my hard work is just getting ripped away from me, and it's very, very sad. Let's see, we got a few other comments. $3 a day can live off rice in Asia without lodgings. Yeah, well, yeah, it depends where you are. Certainly in Indonesia, you can really make money go pretty far. Let's see, 2025, I believe, says TechShot BLX. Yeah, I can't put a date on it because literally it's impossible. It could literally happen at any moment, really. Erica Lynn Joseph says, hi, Josh. Do you think Ripple XRP is a good investment? Well, okay, first let's go from opinion. I do not give investment advice. But with that said, Do I think it's a good investment short term? Possibly yes, but is it a worthy investment? Like as far as a good product goes, I don't think so. It's a banker coin. Harris05 says YouTube already banned you if no one watched your content. Thought Police says evening everyone, evening Thought Police. Tim Truth says Happy New Year, Josh. Happy New Year to you as well. And he says I just saw that post on Float about you reaching out to YouTube support. Wow, they are insane. Yeah, and they also said that they are looking over or looking at big channels first as far as reviewing, monetization disputes when they demonetize you. So that's why it takes me so long. And they're basically saying you're a small channel now. I was the fastest growing independent media in the world at the beginning of this year, and now at the end they have wiped me out. Basically, I barely reach anyone anymore. It's sickening. And then they're like, they actually rub it in my face. They're like, yeah, well, you're a smaller channel now, so it might take longer. Yeah, 4 days or so. And then by that point, the views have been shut off because we used to get 72% of our views from suggested content on the side of other videos. Now we get 1.2% from that. And it's mostly a fluke. So once subscribers stop getting the notification, the 2% that actually see the notification on the homepage, then after that, they never show the video to anyone again. So therefore, the views stop, and then they're like, okay, now we'll monetize it. Meanwhile, they're putting ads on the video the whole time. They say we're not advertiser friendly previous to that, and they're taking all the money for themselves while people are like, you're lying, you're being monetized. No, I'm not. I'm being demonetized. And on top of that, my laptop crashed about 10 days ago. So I can't even live stream on the computer anymore. I can't do live editing. I can't do proper stories. It takes like 10 hours to process a video. I can't afford a new laptop. And my microphone's starting to die on me at the same time. It's just like, it's the worst. But I have faith in the future and faith in our viewers that they'll reach out and actually help keep independent media alive. Because I'm not the only one. All the other independent medias are dying right now. It's sad. Ruby says the dark occult only shadow bans truth. Absolutely. Truth is treason and the empire lies after all. Kingsley says you should be streaming on Float. I don't have the program. I don't have room on my phone. My phone's dying from whatever. It's just everything's going bad at the same time. I would be streaming on Float if I was on my laptop and I was using my Minicam streamer. I better plug in my phone so it doesn't die in the middle of this thing because it goes from 100% to about 10% in 5 minutes these days. So I'm just going to plug that in. All right. Let's go back up to the comments here. Chris Zapansky, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, says, did you hear about the string of lights in the sky moving from west to east over Edmonton yesterday? Dabu7 reported it. I saw the lights too. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that video. Honestly, I was traveling all day yesterday from Canada to Las Vegas and trying not to go crazy. Everyone on the plane was sick. Like, everyone's sick right now. It's freaking me out. I'm a bit of a germaphobe. So when I see everywhere people coughing and hacking and sneezing and blowing their nose, I just, like, freak out. I can't deal with that. Tim True sent $5 in the super chat. Says, Happy New Year, Josh. Thank you so much, Tim. I really appreciate that. And again, those super chats are literally all we're going on. That $5 is more than I made yesterday, for example, on YouTube in monetization out of 1,500 videos with 136,000 subscribers. I'm getting maybe 1,000 views total on all my videos in an entire day right now. And I mean, it's horrible. I can't pay rent. That's exactly why I'm selling off all of my possessions, getting out of my house and moving to the other side of the world because I can't afford to do this anymore. So the only way I'm going to continue making videos is to move to a poor country on the other side of the world. It's like $150, $200 a month rent. They cover the bills with Airbnb and internet and all that kind of stuff. That's all I need. So I'm selling all my possessions so I can do that. It's sad. But I'm getting, like, on YouTube, maybe, why can't I get the chat? The chat just disappeared from the screen. I now can't see the chat on the live stream here. It's just gone. They just disappear the chat. Oh, there it is. What's going on? It's glitching out. Okay. So I was getting, like, an average of, let's see, 74 views an hour on YouTube. From, again, 1,500 videos with 136,000 subscribers. I used to get, I was getting as much as 12,000 new subscribers a month. I've been stuck at 136,000 for months and months now. Went from 12,000 a month to maybe 100 if I'm lucky lately. and they're just deleting the subscriptions as fast as they're coming. So I'm getting hundreds of messages a month from people saying they're just automatically being unsubscribed from Wham. It's so sickening. So find us on float.app, flote.app. TechShot BLX says when they silence truth, you know it's near. Yeah, well, you know they're scared. That's for sure. Um, Deo Vanti says, if you lose the channel, I guess I'll follow you on Float and hope you best luck. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's the only place that I really have a lot of faith in right now is Float. Jeff Toxicity says, BitChute is amazing. I've been binge watching on there. So much better than TheYouTube. Better as far as not censored, but as much. But I mean, my issue with BitTube is that, or BitChute, is that I upload videos and sometimes it takes as much as 2 weeks for it to process before it goes live. Like I can't wait on that, and it glitches out. Sometimes my videos just delete themselves from my channel on BitChute, so I'm really frustrated with that, and they need to fix that. But it's been going on for 2 years with them, and no one listens to me there when it comes to this. So I really want, if anyone from BitChute's watching right now, fix that for the love of God. I want to bring people over there, but and again, it's linked below, but I can't like do anything if it takes me sometimes as much as a week or two for the video to upload, if not just delete itself randomly from the thing. Like I can't post regular breaking news content on there. It's frustrating. Von Zorn says, greetings from the future. All right, you're in 2020? Literally most of the world is in the future right now compared to the Pacific time in the US. Erica Lynn Joseph says, going to check out Float. Thanks, Josh, for your response. Happy New Year. Here's to clear vision in 2020. Yeah, so see, I mean, this is the biggest thing that I have to point out. I've been offered huge gigs from mainstream media, huge gigs, and I shut it down every time because I'm not about the money. Apparently, because I'm going homeless because I believe in this kind of stuff right now. But with that said, I mean, the biggest asset that you can lose isn't money, it's time. Don't allow yourself to lose time. Don't allow yourself to lose opportunities that will help you grow and help you help other people grow. So don't pass by great opportunities unless it compromises your principles. You only have a limited time in this world, this vast consciousness as this individual that you currently are using as a vehicle. It's going to be gone, and you need to make the best of it. It's a miracle that you're even existent right now. So don't forget that, guys. Von Zorn says 2020 is still corrupt. Yeah, well, I mean, there's good and evil, and there always will be. King Wa sent fist, sunglasses, beer. Live well. Agreed. Thought Police says it's understandable. That's why I don't like public transportation and airplanes. Oh, yeah. It's just all the sick people. It drives me crazy. But you know, people can't all cancel their flights and their trips. It just sucks. Rigo Rocks 23 says every time I got a suggested video to Fox or CNN, I flagged them as spam or misleading content. Eventually, they stopped suggesting those to me. Yeah, they still suggest it to me, and I did the same thing. MP says, let me know where you go. I am right behind you. 100% float.app, BitChute. I'm on Minds as well. I'm on PocketNet, though I can't get into my account right now. And, you know, I'm on Instagram. I'm on, you know, Twitter, all those places. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Shinobi Wan says, imagine YouTube takes your live chat away from a live Q&A. Haha, sigh. Yeah, I know. They took it away for a moment there. Totally glitched out. Wasn't letting me see anything. Stay Content says, more you have, the less you live. I did get a message, I think, from Kingsley a moment ago on here that says that a bunch of comments on where to find float.app disappeared from the chat. So again, flote.app. flote.app. King Wa says, beer guy. Tech Shot BLX says, if they fix that. Mr. Wiggle Person says, one AA cop watch chemtrails all get buried now. I bet they monitor thumbs up per hour and bury sites. Oh, they definitely bury stuff. Jeff Toxicity sent 99 cents Canadian in the super chat. Thank you so much. Again, those help a lot. Those are huge, and they really keep us alive and up and running. So thank you so much for those super chats. That makes a world of difference to us, and we can't thank you enough. I'm going to check out some news here. There is a lot of crazy stuff going on. I wanted to go into it more in depth, but for now, since it's breaking, I'll go on my phone here. Sucks I can't live stream on my computer because my computer crashed. Let's see. Jeff McIlveen says, Josh, I got those trumpeter horns. Go to rallies and sell them. We all win. Silly Goose says, there are 69 people in the chat. Tee hee hee. Okay. All right. Anyway, excuse my dusty computer. It's an old computer that I have to use right now. So let's see. Here's an article that is worth going into because it's breaking news. Anyway, let me get this straightened out here. All right, for a sec on that. Anyway, watch Apache gunships attempt to disperse Iraqi mob as Kataib Hezbollah flags erected over embassy walls. And this is big. Obviously, there was a huge story recently about, oh man, I'm just seeing an update here. The Marines have now landed, according to open source analysis, which appears to show the first deployment of the some 100 Marines flown in from Kuwait. Pentagon officials have also confirmed they are on the ground. This is getting, I'm so sick of this interventionism. How many millions of people need to die? Millions and millions of people, and they just keep perpetuating the effing problem. I'm so sick of talking. I've been talking about this since I was like 10. And most people aren't for it. Anyway, I'll go into this. And we went into that with Ron Paul not that long ago as well in an interview. Anyway, as this article says, contradicting prior reports, U.S. personnel at the embassy have not evacuated but are safe inside the Sprung compound. And as it says, U.S. personnel at the American embassy in Baghdad, which has come under attack by pro-Iran protesters, are safe and there are no plans to evacuate, the State Department said Tuesday. Our first priority is the safety and security of U.S. personnel, a State Department spokesperson said in a statement. U.S. personnel are secure and there has been no breach, the spokesperson said. There are no plans to evacuate the embassy in Baghdad. Well, now we know with the update that they are on the ground. U.S. Apache gunships are also said to be still encircling the area, attempting to intimidate the rioters on the ground, still encircling the embassy and attempting to set it on fire. Now, might I add that the U.S. goes over there, bombs a bunch of people, murders a bunch of people, tens of thousands, and arms the guys that are, mad about it. I can't say certain words on YouTube anymore. And then arms and funds them, creates Al-Qaeda, creates ISIS, creates the Taliban, props them up, or at least allows them to get big. And then uses that as a reason to go to war more, murders millions in the Middle East, destabilizes the whole region, arms and funds more terrorist groups. It grows and grows and grows, causes more problems. And they're wondering why Iran doesn't want them trying to invade them. They don't understand why Iran doesn't want the U.S. to put bases exactly around their border, pointing guns at them all the time and putting them at a huge disadvantage as well as huge sanctions. They wonder why. I mean, well, actually, I think they know why, and they're doing it on purpose because they're trying to destabilize the region because it gives perpetual reason to make money on war and destruction and destabilization. The more destabilization, the more dependency. More dependency, the more slaves they have in their control. And it's so sickening. It's just so disgusting. I'm just so sick of it. No matter what president is in power, this always continues. It's never going to stop as long as people look at government to solve the problems of government. It is truly disgusting. Millions of people have died. Millions. Killing all these children. They wonder, well, why are these kids growing up to be extremists? Well, I wonder. Maybe it's because you're murdering their whole family. I'm not, saying that their ideology is good. What I'm saying is that they're murdering these children's families and these people's families, then running guns into the country and then taking drugs, poppies out of the country into the heroin trade in the U.S. to create problems in the heroin trade in the U.S., creating drug dependency, more people on welfare. And on top of that, it gives them more reason to put in more laws, more regulations while creating the problem in the first place. It is a Hegelian dialectic of problem, reaction, solution, repeat for eternity. It is so disgusting. And they're like, but they're going after our embassies now. Yeah, it's weird how your embassies are, a target when you are destroying the whole region and murdering millions of people. Imagine that. it's just so sickening. I was just in the Middle East um, about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and the Kurdish people who on the news they claimed wanted the U.S. there were telling me that they did not want the U.S. there and that they were disgusted by it. In fact, a lot of them were saying all governments are criminal. It doesn't matter who gets in; they're all criminal. They said my government's criminal, your government's criminal. They're all criminal. They're all bad. And it's like, oh well, so these people, a lot of them anyway, not all of them, but a lot of them know what they're talking about. Then they show on the news a few Kurds throwing things at army tanks, and yeah, I mean, the U.S. pulling out at that moment sped up the process that hurt those people, but at the same time, they also put off the revolution dramatically when they went in all those years previous. Um, anyway, such a great area of the world, and it's being destroyed, and all you see on TV is destruction. I wonder who's causing that. Um, Anyway, let's carry on with the chat here. Thoth Amon says, American choppers firing happiness and freedom bullets into the crowds. Yeah, how good. Oh, these tin pot dictatorships are killing their own people. Meanwhile, the U.S. incarcerating more people than any country per capita, and then just going overseas and murdering millions of people and blowing up crowds of people. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, those tin pot dictators, they sure are bad. Yeah, they are. You know who's kind of technically, statistically worse here? The U.S. military industrial complex and Israel and Britain and Canada and all these other countries that are involved in this craziness. Saudi Arabia, I mean, Jeff Toxicity says lots of money in war, and yeah, it's a great way to prop up the monetary system. Um, Jeff Mickelveen says gas stocks went up. I don't own any. A lot of stocks are going up right now. I would not trust it much. Actually, I just shared on my Facebook and I think Float as well. Let me get the story up here. I posted it here. So again, I'm stuck to my phone because my computer crashed, so I can't really do all the editing live on my computer. So it's not very high quality right now. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure to press like on this video and send in super chats. It's the only way we make money anymore at all, so that we can keep this media up and running and bring you stories up to the moment. Stocks post best annual gain in 6 years with the S&P 500 surging more than 28%. Except there's a bit more to the story, guys, and it's just been this. The whole market has been ridiculously propped up. It was going down, and then plunge protection team came in there and propped it back up, and then people end up being extorted for this. Great for some investors, not so great for the people who have to pay off the interest on the debt fraudulently created at the printing of currency. And when you just pay off the interest on the debt, that probably tells people that you don't want to actually pay off the debt. Anyway, Space Continuum says true dat. Richard Budzik says the Earth is expanding and hollow inside. Man. Jeff McElveen says small government minimal has to be. No government unless it's voluntary. Nothing outside of voluntary interactions is moral or works logistically. Jeff Toxicity says inflation is a great squeeze on society to keep us down. Yeah, because it creates a vast subservient civilization of debt slaves. Which, like I always say, if they're shoving you down a bottomless pit of debt, you're forced to ask for a ladder up from the government and the banking system, pushing you into perfect servitude to them right where they want you, puts you in the worst possible position, but the best situation for them. And it creates a dependent masses. Milan Van S says, I just hope that the 2020s will be the decade when the people reject globalism or control, period, slavery, I would add. Space Continuum says, well put. Thought Police, thank you, says Iran Ultra 2.0. Legend Meadow says, was talking to someone else in the chat. Milan Van S says, I doubt it's likely, but it's just a hope. Rika, the hopeful voluntarist, lurking. Happy New Year's, Josh. You're lurking around in the chat, Rika. Well, good to see you as always. Glad you joined us. Jeff Toxicity says, Josh, if you could fire a world leader, who would it be? Ooh, that's tricky. The U.S. empire is one of the most powerful alongside Britain and Israel and Saudi Arabia and China. It wouldn't matter. The leader that I would fire would be replaced by another leader. That's a problem. It's not the leader at the top of the system. It's a system that they're the leader of. So I would have to leave that with no answer because I don't think it would matter either way. Glenn Perrin says USA homeless capital of the world. Homelessness is getting crazy. Same within Europe, in Asia as well. Everywhere I go, it's just absolutely horrible, and that's due to inflation. And people say, "Well, the wages need to go up." No, that'll push more businesses out of town. It's not the wages; it's the inflation. And the inflation, it's not that the prices are going up as much as it is that the value of the currency is going down, so it buys less. But the rate at which wages go up with inflation are not good and pretty much stagnant, and it creates a horrible problem down the line where people end up incredibly impoverished, where you see back in the 1960s, one father going out and working for like a family of 4 or 5 and being middle class on one salary. And now both parents are out, many in places like California and New York, working 2 jobs and they still can't afford to live. They end up having to live out of a vehicle. It's so sad. And people don't know what the symptom is or what the problem is, so they apply the wrong solutions, which is more government, more centralization, more control. It's wrong on every level. Cruz Force says you must be a Ron Paul man. Don't forget the French. Yeah, the French have a lot of homelessness right now. Yeah, well, I've met Ron Paul many times. He's a really good person. He really helped create a massive movement. And let's see here. Let me go to my profile on float.app. By the way, if you haven't already, flote.app. Join us on float.app and make sure to press like on this video if you haven't already. Buddha FX is hello, Sigurdson, fellow Canadian. Hello to you as well. So yeah, here we go. There is me and Ron Paul. It's a cool kind of candid photo. And I was talking with him earlier this year. That was kind of a cool shot. Thanks to Yakov Markel for that one. Anarchy Jewish man, as he's known. Let's see, go back up the comments here. Start with Trudeau. It says Jeff S.L. Cero. I saw a comment up here. Mike Stafford says, YouTube has been out of control for years now. They blocked a video of mine, and when I made another video showing they took it down, they blocked that too. They make it so obvious they have an agenda. Yeah, they don't even try to hide it anymore. At this point, they know that people are onto them, and they just don't care. And that tells you where they're at. It's more beneficial to them to kill all their creators off than to allow the creators to talk, which tells you something quite clearly that who they work for. They've deleted my videos. They deleted a video where I interviewed Richard Gage on physics and architecture and engineering. And they deleted the video years after it was posted. It had like 250,000 views or something, back when I used to get views on videos, when I had a tenth of the subscribers, if that. I got way more viewers than I do now. I'm on one of the lowest months. I'm getting less viewership technically than I did in my first month on YouTube. What does that tell you? Anyway. So, and more higher quality content than ever. It's just so frustrating. It's sickening, really. Make sure to press like, super chats, help any way you can. Check those links below. But anyway, yeah, they deleted this interview with Richard Gage. They said it was inciting hatred and violence. And I'm like, how? And the thing is, I was in Spain thanks to a donor who wanted me to check out some stuff for ancient civilizations and stuff out there. And luckily I was there because they sent me an email telling me that they took my video down for inciting violence, which it definitely didn't, which, by the way, they had a team reviewing it that said this. It's ridiculous. And it was like at a time when it was like 2:33 a.m. Pacific time. So I would have usually missed that email because it would have piled up under other ones and I would have never seen that they took that video down. Luckily I did because I was in Europe at the time. So I was able to reach out to them and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And they're like, oh, well, that seems wrong, but whatever, you know, we make the right decisions. And I argued with them. They ended up putting the video back up eventually, but banned it in a couple countries. Let's see, going back up through the chat here. Milan Van S says, well, Brexit will be good to see finally happen. Yeah, it's a step in the right direction, but still not fixing the problem of control, unfortunately. Chris Zapansky says 48% of the entire U.S. debt load incurred since the founding of the nation 243 years ago was added in just the past 10 years. I know, it's absolutely crazy. Thoth Amon says, wait till the food shortages hit hard. Yeah, it'll take like a week these days, and no one's prepared because everyone's dependent. Like USSA, or USA, I should say, before I didn't slip, will pay off $23 trillion, LMAO. Yeah. Thoth Amon says, mixed with the inflation, going to be chaos, and with the magnetic fields going off on the planet. Yeah, well, that happens a lot more often than people realize, I think. Um, Jeff McElveen says pronounced McElveen. McElveen. Jeff McElveen. My apologies. Thank you. Silly Goose says Pakistan is a bigger problem than Iran. None of these countries pose a problem to the U.S. They should just be let people deal with their own business in life. You're not being. I mean, the U.S. is never going to be a humanitarian because they always need to control more. So if they're going to get involved in stuff like that, it's going to involve bombing them and causing more problems, so they can perpetuate their spreading of seed in that country, I guess you could say. Legend Meadow says phosphate rock production will peak in 2030, and phosphorus is absolutely necessary for modern food shortage or food production. Shortages are imminent, absolutely. Stay content. It says read Martin Armstrong to know what's ahead. I know Martin Armstrong. I've talked with him, and I've definitely read him for years. Though he has actually been wrong more than people recognize. But anyway, I think he attacked me once years ago. It was weird. Anyway, Cruise Force is very nice. Which, by the way, I think he attacked me on something that I was saying about Home Capital Group in Canada, which ended up going under, so we were right about it. Anyway, whatever. That was like 4 years ago. Though Thaman says crazy weather has ruined many crops. Then you have the massive pig flu killing loads of pigs. Yeah, that's huge in China right now. French elections, Milan Van S says, French elections are this decade, and the yellow vest protests will be a huge influence in them. Yeah, I would think so, but unfortunately, they'll just elect another slave master instead of actually getting rid of the problem. Again, employ some psychopath, no matter what side they're on, for their version of centralization and control and slavery. Then everything perpetuates and gets worse slowly but painfully. Simeon Ott says U.S. banks need $500 billion to stay solvent till Thursday. This is what we have inherited. Shinobi Wan says, could you make a Netflix series or something different and sell it DVD form or such? I wouldn't get past the censors on Netflix, that's for sure. And every time I try to do documentaries, I go bankrupt. People demand things from me before I can get the Mauritania thing was a nightmare. Because I went there and I did 30 hours of footage. I risked my life. I went through minefields. I stayed in hostels. I risked my life. I risked getting kidnapped, beheaded, killed. And I'm the only person in recent time to ever do that. I go to the site in the middle of the Sahara, and I get back, and everyone, within a day and a half, I'm getting dozens of messages. Post a stupid video. Why are you waiting so long? And then people are like, you're a fraud. You're a scam artist for not posting the video that you're going to post for free, that I could have charged for, but I decided to do for free. And people kept pushing, so I'm like, fine, if I do this, it's not going to be well edited. And they're like, whatever, post a video. Hundreds, thousands of comments, actually. So I just posted the video. And then everyone complained it was so long and unedited. And I'm like, well, anyway, spending 2 days doing that is 2 days I can't post other videos, which is 2 days that I don't make money, which is 2 days that I can't eat. So, like I said, I'm only making like $3 a day on YouTube in monetization these days because they've demonetized me almost entirely and shadow banned me to death. But anyway, Shinobi One says, could you make a Netflix? Oh, I already read that. Jeff McElveen says, I think you have more people watching. It's just not appearing as such. I get every vid. I just have to look for it. Yeah, but that would be a massive lawsuit with YouTube if they were hiding. It would be better for them to just not allow people to see my content than hide the real viewership because, and I mean, I don't get very many donations, so I'm assuming that I'm not reaching many people. Make sure to press like if you haven't already. I see the viewership's kind of going up right now. But what I do notice is that if they see a video posted that's starting to get good views, say I get 800 views in the first 10 minutes or 20 minutes, they will literally freeze it, and within like 2 days, I'll only be at like 1,500 views at the most. It's crazy how much they restrict things. And every now and then something gets through, but they still freeze it eventually. But yeah, I mean, if they were to not show the real viewership and take away my viewership or show fake viewership, then that would be a massive lawsuit, and they would still have to pay me the equivalent monetization. But notably, $3 a day in monetization from YouTube with 136,000 subscribers, 1,500 videos is just unbelievably ridiculous. Every video on my channel is basically frozen for a long time now. Let's see, going through more comments here. Glenn Parent says they all sure like 18-year-olds to fight the wars worldwide. WTF? Yeah, well, more death, more destruction, less people they have to control, and also more subservient slaves to go out to be pawns to be sacrificed for the king and the queen. And that's really what it's all about. Layla says they're a threat to Israel. That's why the U.S. is involved. They're a threat. They're a threat to the establishment in general because they're not part of the world order. They are part of not a great order. It's a government after all, and they do bad things. But with that said, yeah, they're not part of that global order that the U.S., Israel, Britain, and all these other France and these other Germany countries, all these countries are involved in. Glenn Parent says, got nothing against Jews, but Zionist Jews, that's a different. Well, I just think we should look at the tactics, the things that they're doing, the control complex, which goes for the Chinese as well, which goes for the Saudis, which goes for a lot of atheists. Remember, Stalin was an atheist and enforced atheism in communist Russia and killed people for being religious. So, because it takes away from the religion and government, of government. Jeff Toxicity says, YouTube review team gets red pilled and ends up agreeing. Sorry, the battery thing came up. I got to plug in my phone real quick again. It says YouTube review team gets red pilled and ends up agreeing with flagged videos. YouTube sends them to the on-site psychologist to re-indoctrinate. Source 60 Minutes interview with Susan Wojcicki. Oh yeah, I heard about that. People had like PTSD, they claim, from watching videos. That's what YouTube claimed, from watching videos on like politics and like libertarianism. It's like, okay, you guys are effing insane. And yeah, and Susan Wojcicki said in the recent 60 Minutes interview that she cut viewership on controversial content by 70% this year and that she was proud of it. Exactly what I've been saying since January, since we were cut down 85% now. We were originally 80, now down to 85, getting close to 90% cut down in viewership since January, when we were the fastest growing independent media in the world, I should add. And since then, I went through minefields in Africa, went to the Middle East, I'm doing all these crazy reports, and my viewership is falling off a cliff, which is why I'm selling everything I own and moving across the world, because I have to go homeless so that I can continue doing this, because I'm unable to raise the pledges. I can't get any monetization. And I mean, it's sickening. But I have to do what I have to do because I'm passionate about this. Shinobi Wan says, red pills are infinite. Let's hope the NoobTube staff become pilled. I hope so. Glenn Parent says, Baffin Island, Canada is huge. Legend Meadow says, Josh, you're doing amazing work here, but if I were you, I would quit the YouTube thing. It's not sustainable, sadly. Yeah, but I'm posting on other platforms. I need to use YouTube to get people on those other platforms, like float.app. Check those links below. It's the only way. If I quit YouTube right now, it's the $3 a day is helping me stay alive. I need that, $36 a month. But I mean, it's not, I'm making more than $36 a month, but lately it's been about $3 a day. And it's just sick. It's just so sick. Always like under 100 views an hour on a channel with like 1,500 videos and 136,000 subscribers. And then you see channels with 10,000 subscribers with like 800 people watching their live stream at a time. Here we are, 72 people out of 136,000. Make sure to press like if you haven't already. It helps us. Glenn Parent says, I just think about how much gold is in Antarctica. Very, very likely, yeah, a lot. I'm sure. Shinobi Wan says, people just want to be free and do what they want. This censorship is stifling the mind, message, and truth. Yeah, and it's hurting YouTube. Seriously. They take so much of my revenue from monetization that they are cutting out a massive amount of money for themselves, just all together, with, if you count everyone that they've shadow banned and deleted and demonetized. It's ridiculous. Shinobi Wan says, Josh, did you get a new computer? No, I can't afford it. I have no money. I am in debt, as a matter of fact. I don't have money to do anything right now. That's why I'm selling all my things and having to leave the continent so I can survive, so I can do these videos. Cruz forces you need to team up with Ryan Dawson. Yeah, I've known Ryan for about 10 years or so. Glenn Parent says, that's why you can't go there. Go where? Sorry, I must have missed something. Chris Sapansky says, Apple and Microsoft together accounted for nearly 15% of the S&P 500 advance in 2019. Sustainable? Not quite. A lot of speculation, glassy-eyed speculation, and it's absolutely crazy. It's gotten to the point of no return, and it's just amazing that the markets are still up and running, but it's just so much manipulation, so much centralization. It's just, I don't know, it's just insanely crazy at this point. By the way, again, for those just tuning in, happy New Year to all of you. I appreciate all of you joining us. Wow, Legend Meadow just sent 100 Korean? Are those, oh no, kroners? Sorry, I always mess this up. But it says, didn't know your situation was that bad. Where are you moving to if you wish to stay? And by the way, thank you so much for that that super chat. Really, truly appreciate that. It makes a big difference here. I don't know the kroner. Okay, so it's about 15 Canadian. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that super chat. I am going to basically the Middle East-ish, Georgia, as well as the island of Crete has some really, really cheap rents there on Airbnb if you book monthly. As well as Cyprus. So I'm not going to complain about the weather and the scenery, but it's also, I got to leave all my friends behind. I got to leave my family behind. I got to sell everything I own, get out of a house. I'll be homeless for a while, but it's because I want to make sure that I get content up to you guys every day, regularly. It's the only way to do this. If YouTube's going to shut me down and it's going to demonetize me and rip me to shreds, I will find a way. I will not give up. I refuse to give up. I will sooner die than compromise my principles by laying down and giving up. Never, ever, ever going to happen. Shoot me if it ever does. Mr. B says, top man, Josh, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Again, thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate that. Legend Meadow means a lot. All the super chats go a long way. It's literally what allows me to buy food. I do one meal cheap a day now. It's not great. Not very healthy, but by the way, I'm just super unhealthy after being in Canada. I had to go see the family in Canada for Christmas. Not my choice, but something I should do. So it wasn't great, and my health just deteriorated. Every time I'm in Winnipeg, Canada, I feel like I'm dying. Like my health just crashes. It's not good. My throat's killing me right now. I'm not sick, but I was getting sick, and then I just had to. What? Face value says Luke is a Chad. What? Someone said I just picked up Luke Rudowski from the airport a couple hours ago. So annoying. Oh my god. It's like throwing things and. So that was fun. For those that are just tuning in, make sure to press like on this. Happy New Year to you. Glad that you're joining us. Always good to talk with everyone. We're opening it up for questions. So send in your questions if you haven't already. Check out those links below. We have a Teespring store. So you get t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases, socks, leggings, all sorts of stuff. You can get baby onesies for your baby if you want to say end the Fed. There's F the Fed. There's all sorts of great stuff. The revolution will not be YouTubed. Nobody for president 2020. Taxation is theft, all that kind of stuff. So make sure to check the link below for the Teespring store. Here at Wham. Really appreciate it. There's even a creepy old guy 2020 shirt with Joe Biden sucking on a finger. So you got to have that shirt, obviously. Like, what is your life without that shirt? You help support independent media by doing that. Anyway, send in your questions. We got 88 people out of 136,000 people. Shadow banned, but not as bad as it was. 90 people. There we go. So make sure to press like on this video and share as much as you can. We really appreciate it. Send in your questions. Let us know what you want to talk about. I'm taking questions. No one's currently sending any questions at this moment, so I can't say anything. Glenn Perrin says the Fed has been effing us since 1913. Absolutely, and you know, it's not even, the issue is it's not even as much the Federal Reserve. People say, well, it's private, it should be public. No, it's the existence of it, but it's the fact that they are enforced via legal tender laws under the usury, social contract usury system, which means that we end up having to pay off the interest on the debt, which means that we are basically being taxed to death to pay for a tax, which is causing the prices to go up, which is causing the poverty. So we're paying to be impoverished, and then we're losing 50% a year to either paying off the interest on the debt or blowing up babies overseas. What does that tell you about the kind of world that we live in and how complacent and misguided most people are? It really does say a lot, and it's really sad. that this is the situation that we currently live in. Anyway, so what do you guys want to talk about? Rian van Rensburg says, yes, yes, yes. Hey, bro, Happy New Year from South Africa here. Can you please share some of your goals and plans for 2020? My goals and plans for 2020 is to not give a damn how much they want to rip me to shreds. I will bite them back. I'm not one to be messed with by the establishment. They can try to shadow ban me as much as they want. They've already cut me down almost coming up at 90% now in viewership this year. Good for them. They won't shut me down. They'll never shut me down. They're like, well, maybe we'll just rip away all the money he has. Okay, well, I guess it's time to sell all my possessions and move to the other side of the world. Okay, well, maybe we'll just not let any of his videos be seen at all. Okay, well, I'm on float.app now, flote.app. Join me there at Josh Sigurdson as well as at Wham. And I'm on BitChute, I'm on Minds, I'm on Instagram, I'm on everything. I'm on all the platforms. They're like, okay, well, maybe, I don't know, I don't even know what their step after that. They can't stop me. The only way they will be able to stop me is by killing me. So my 2020 plans is to kick ass and take names. 100%. I'm not going to pretend I'm not conceited about it. I'm going to win this battle for humanity one way or another, at least in small bits and pieces, because my goal is to spread free information to the public always and never give up. No one will make me stop. And, it's just a losing battle. For anyone at YouTube, any representative that might be watching this and, the people that manipulate my streams, the ones that stop me from reaching people, 92 people out of 136,000 people, seriously, on a day when people are off work largely. No, you will not stop me. Mark my words, I do not negotiate with terrorists. And what they are doing is terrorism. They're enforcing an ideology with fear. That's what YouTube's doing, enforcing an ideology with fear. The fear of being shadow banned, the fear of being demonetized, the fear of being censored, the fear of being attacked, the fear of getting in trouble in some way. That is terrorism. I do not negotiate with terrorists. So you can try to destroy my life in any way you can. You basically taken most of what I have away from me. Keep it up. I'm not going to stop. If I was going to stop, I would have done it by now. I would have taken the jobs for mainstream media when I've been offered them multiple times. I will not stop doing what I believe in. I will not compromise my principles. End of story. Period. Anyway, I have hope for the future. I have hope for mankind. I have hope for 2020. I have hope for the 2020s. Problem is, it's not even as much about convincing people. It's about living by example and living free as a free individual. Breaking free from the chains you revere. Not allowing these hurdles to stop you from... oh my God, I'm getting stupid comments again. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I've missed a bunch of comments. I got some comment from someone that's a troll here. Let's see. Happy New Year to Spare Time in Canada to you as well. Glenn Parent says also Canada can borrow off the Bank of Canada with much lower percent rates. Yeah, Jeff McElveen says, I still think they just suppress your numbers, not your viewers. I drove through Winnipeg once in January. That sounds terrible. Adolf says inflation goes up 3.5% every year. Not really. In the United States, it actually goes up closer to 11.5% if you actually counter in the numbers from Shadow Stats, John Williams, and go back to the 1980 standards of calculating inflation. So it's actually much worse than it seems, but it's hidden. Jeff McElveen says, we saw a topless guy throw up in a snowbank, and we just kept the truck running, and we got gas. It was miserable. We kept driving. Yeah, that was my life growing up. It's great. Good old Winterpeg, Manitoba. Glenn Parent says, then Canada would have no debt. Chris Shapansky says, do you think Alberta will secede from Canada? I don't know. The more countries, the better. Personally, I think Tim Moen's right when he says he dreams of 7 billion countries. If you're just tuning in, make sure to press like on this video if you haven't already. Happy New Year to you. We're taking questions. Glenn Parent says, oh yeah, I already read that. Chris Shapansky says, many people in Alberta are fed up with Trudeau. I would think so. Most people, even leftists, are fed up with Trudeau, but they voted for him based on party affiliation. Bonnie Bean says, how about another channel? It won't help. I can post another channel. My name even being mentioned, my face being on it, it'll shut me down. Though I do notice on my other channel, Josh Sigurdson on YouTube, I get sometimes about 25% of the views that I get on this channel, on that channel, and I only have like 150 subscribers at the most on the other channel. So think of that. 150 subscribers, like 500 views on a video. 136,000 subscribers, like 1,500 views on a video. What does that tell you? Andrew Cannon says it might just be your content. This is a troll I was talking about. You got most of your subs from clickbait and misrepresenting your channel. Smoke some weed and calm down. It will be okay, bro. Just chill. Don't be an idiot. I do not use clickbait. I make titles that stand out that literally describe what the video is about. They're not misleading. Clickbait is misleading titles. My videos aren't misleading titles. They're breakdowns of stories that scare people, so people use it for fear mongering, and I spread solutions utilizing those stories. The title represents exactly what the videos are about. None of that's clickbait. You can call it what you want, and I don't care. Why are you even watching my videos? Spare Time in Canada says, sweet. Jeff Toxicity says, is Elon Musk evil? I don't know. Is he an android? I don't know that either. It's hard to say. Alukia says, mental slavery and physical slavery. Spare Time in Canada says, oops, meant sweet. Shinobi Wan says, Josh reaching prophetic status in 2020. I don't know about that. Glenn Parent says, how can these people charge these crazy rents in the USA and Canada? Because they're propping up the economy with fake numbers, and they're building and building to manipulate the economy. And then you have what you see in Turkey or Vancouver or Toronto or LA, San Diego or San Francisco or New York, and people can't afford to live and they die in the streets. And then they say, we need more affordable housing. No, we need no inflation, and stop taxing people like the slaves they are to death. Andrew Cannon says, I like your videos. Okay, so why are you misrepresenting? You're saying that my titles are clickbait. They're not clickbait. They're representing exactly what the video is about. But then you're saying that you like my videos. You're misrepresenting what I'm doing. So anyway, whatever. People can think what they want. Holy Cruncher says, could taxes be replaced with printing money and fiat and flat sales taxes? I just don't support slavery of any kind. Sorry, I can't. I refuse to acknowledge slavery as an option. Glenn Parent says, just look at what the car insurance rates are. Out of this world. Yeah, I know. And then they have auto-backed securities on top of things. That helps. Loan, debt, dependency, and subservience. That's what it's all about, guys. Holy Cruncher says, no more income tax. No more taxation. Voluntary only. That's my take on that. I want to jump to the super chat then before I get back to the other comments. Bob Von Moss sent $20 US in the super chat. Says, I got a new job. Long live the great Wham. Thank you so much, Bob. That is awesome. I really, truly appreciate that. You are making a huge difference. I wish I could express it to people that send these super chats and the donations and the pledges, how much it truly means to us. It literally, it's what is keeping media alive. It's the thing that's allowing me to eat so I can do videos without dying, I guess, or whatever it might be. It's what's allowing us to be able to keep these lights on. You know, this light here, which, by the way, about 2 years ago, a supporter of Wham sent these lights to us, and we're still using it to this day. It just shows how much of an impact it has. It really does make a difference. Every single thing that you guys do makes a difference right now. And with my computer crashing, my microphone slowly dying, I can't afford to replace them, and I'm going to be booted out of my house soon because I can't pay rent or bills for that matter, and I'm going to have to get off my vehicle and move to the other side of the world and be homeless for a year to save money. I mean, those super chats are seriously world-changing to us and make it possible for us to bring you this content on a daily basis. Pressing like on the video also helps a lot, and finding us on float.app, as well as checking out our Bitcoin address. We have a bunch of other crypto addresses below as well if you're interested in tipping in crypto. I just thank you guys so much. It just means a lot to us that you reach out and help us in this way. Chris Japansky says, will interest rates keep going down in 2020 into negative territory? I want to get paid to borrow fiat. Yeah, I do believe that we're heading to negative interest rates very soon in most countries or most major economic hubs in the world. So yeah, 100%. And Trump's calling for it. It's weird. It's like, how often do you see presidents go, "We want negative interest rates"? It's so nuts. And then print more money, print more money. And then all these libertarians that were against the Fed before, now that Trump's doing it, is like, oh, that's fine. Just like the bombing in the Middle East right now and the destruction of the Middle East that's perpetuating. Oh, we pulled our troops out from these places, but they're still bombing over there and dropping bombs all day, every day. I mean, it's horrible. Children are being killed, and no one seems to care because it's him. Just like the anti-war Bush people under Bush, looked the other way when Obama was in office. It's like, it's just, it's one thing what the messages. It's another thing what people are doing. And when millions are dying, it's not okay by any moral standard. Legend Meadow says, Holy Cruncher, you can't pay for services with worthless money. Yeah. Tim True says, Bob, congrats on the new job. Yeah. And again, thank you so much for that super chat. That really does mean a lot. Andrew Cannon says, Tim Pool wants to try to do interviews with other YouTubers. Give him a call. It will help your subs. Yeah, Tim Pool knows who I am. But yeah, I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Actually, Luke Rudowski, I just picked him up from the airport a couple hours ago of We Are Change. He's friends with Tim, so I'll talk with him about that, see if that's possible. I'm supposed to do Sam Tripoli's podcast as well, and we're supposed to switch back and forth. I have been wanting to do that. I'm trying to find bigger channels to do swaps with, as well as far as interviews go. And anyway, Bonnie Bean says, when will this malice end? Yeah, I know. Shinobi Wan says Bob Von Moss 100 and making the change. Yeah, you are the change you wish to see in the world, guys. Jeff Toxicity says, wow, US dollars. Spare Time in Canada says no more income tax. Chi, that's a weird name, says come to LA, homeless perks. Yeah, I'm not going to be homeless in LA. Are you crazy? You can be on Airbnb with monthly rents of about 150, 200, 300 a month, to have all bills paid for, fully furnished, and internet and everything. So I'm going to be doing that in Europe, in Asia, and Africa in 2020. Jeff Toxicity says, what's your Instagram name, Josh? World Alternative Media. Spare Time Canada says $500 off my pay sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. The theft is just so over the top. Andrew Cannon says, Tim will also help you clarify your message. I just wanted you to do more history travel videos. Yeah, but I can't because I can't afford it, man. I can't go travel and do videos around the world if I can't even pay rent. My trip to Turkey, which I'm still got documentaries that I'm working on. It was paid for 100% by a donor who watched one of my videos and wanted to send me out to Turkey, which was amazing. His name's Fred. Big shout out to Fred. He was awesome. Yeah, and he came with me, and we went around Turkey, drove around Turkey on a road trip, as well as with the nomadic journalist Josh Friedman. So that was great. That was amazing. And but yeah, I can't even release most of the videos because I don't. First of all, my computer crashed, so I'm stuck with an old computer which also crashed a while back ago. So I can't really do much on it. So that kind of sucks. And then on top of that, if I take 1 or 2 days off to edit, then I lose literally all the money I need to buy food that day, so I won't be able to eat. Like, I'm that bad off right now. That's why I'm selling all my things to be able to continue doing this. Tim Truth says Float is going to change everything with no rigged algorithms and 100% of ad revenue to creators. Absolutely. Check the links below for Float.app, by the way, at Josh Sigurdson as well as at Wham. Find us on Float.app, FLOTE.app, FLOTE.app. If you find us on there, it's replacing Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Tumblr, Reddit, and Patreon all in one, with super chats on live streams as well as monetization on videos. So you can monetize videos where the creator takes 100% of the revenue. There's encrypted messaging like Signal. I mean, I don't know why people wouldn't be on Float yet. It's just crazy because it's such a perfect community where they don't have an algorithm telling you what you can or cannot see. It's censorship resistant. It's really important that people go there. Anyway, Legend Meadow says, don't you have access to welfare benefits in Canada, Josh? I refuse to take welfare. I just won't take them. But, I mean, I just won't do it. Michael John Scott says, wham, bam, thank you, man. Best wishes for truth seekers in 2020. Thank you very much. Same to you. Yeah, I mean, again, and that was another thing when I was offered a job at CBC, state-run media in Canada. I shut them down because I want to be able to sleep at night. I want to say what I want to say. I don't want to read a teleprompter that someone else reads. I want to say what I want to say, and I want to be able to sleep at night. I don't want to take money from the government to be a talking head for them. They offered me a ton of money years ago, and I said no. And I've been offered from mainstream medias multiple times, and I say no every single time because I believe in my message, and it's making me poor, but I believe in it. Shinobi One says, Andrew Cannon, I think he's more like the whole news team. Josh Army. I am. Unfortunately, I do basically all the stuff. Tim and John do good work when I interview them, and they've done a lot of research, and I interview them or I do reports with them. But I still have to do all the editing. I have to do all the marketing, the thumbnails, the articles. I do with every video, all the tags. I have to post it on multiple platforms. I need to. The editing though is the worst part. It's just crazy. And I need to research and do my own shtick in the videos. It's just the second I'm finished doing a video and it's processing, I'm working on the next one, and then I post it, and then I'm already filming the next one, and then I'm editing that one, and it just goes on forever, never ends. So yeah, one man news team, 100%. Jeff McElveen says, got an extra bedroom here in Oshawa if you need to crash. I will tell the wife after you knock on the door. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I try not to go to Canada too much, to be entirely honest, but I really do appreciate that. It's really nice of everyone that's been so inviting. Our viewers are amazing here at WHAM. Glenn Parent says, good chat all. Agreed. Jeff Toxicity says, welfare in Canada caps at $550 a month. I think you have to go to mandatory meetings all the time and can't travel. Yeah, and I refuse to take welfare. Alukia says, I fell for Obama at about 10 years old, but I didn't know what freedom and slavery is. So I'm guessing you are, what, 23, 22 then? Wait, no, that would make you 21 or so, right? Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did. It wasn't hard to fall if you're younger or you're not politically aware. It's not hard to fall for the guy who gives you free things, first black president, all the nice things and nice smile and a thumb and fist. People aren't buying it anymore, and that's why Trump came out and it's like, oh, Bill Clinton's a rapist, and everyone's like, oh, support this guy. He's anti-establishmentarianist. It goes on forever, and it's been happening forever, and it'll never end. Anyway. Do not support this stream. He was convicted of abusing a toddler. If you don't believe me, check Reddit. What? Who? YTFP Chris? What are you, crazy? What are you talking about, dude? Go look on Reddit then. I'm thinking you've got me mixed up with somebody. Abusing a toddler? Are you screwed in the head? Also, if you were convicted of that kind of thing, why would you wouldn't be able to travel out of your country? Anyway, troll. Why am I even acknowledging that guy? Shinobi One says we are all still slaves, except now we have to pay for the rights to it. Mancha says, yeah, I saw that thread too. Really disgusting and worrying that he got away with it. What are you guys talking about? People are saying things. I'm not sure if they're real or bots because I have no idea what these people are talking about. Glenn Parent says, true, Shinobi Wan. Mancha says, volunteering to help Down syndrome toddlers and then abusing them is sickening. Who's doing that? What's going on here in the chat? Principal Man Principles. Golden Horde says, I thought you were going off YouTube. No, I am. I'm on Float. But the only way to get people over there is to tell people here. So I'm still doing previews. I'm still doing the reports here, but I'm posting to Float as well. I'm not going to leave until I have to because I got to get as many people off of this platform as possible. Because if I just disappear, they'll never see me. Shinobi One says, YPTS Chris, you troll, weak power level. Yeah. Glenn Parent says, no, I am king of planet Pluto. Holy Cruncher says, this is the age of corporate platform. New monetizations will be released. Hang in there. Absolutely. It's happening fast. Golden Horde says, this guy is just scamming you for money. So we have the block of trolls coming into the chat finally. Good to see. It says I'm doing something right. We got a whole bunch of losers scamming people for money. That's why I'm going homeless. And I'm turning down big money from major mainstream medias, and that's why I'm basically destroying my life so that I can bring people information and be poor and homeless. That's scamming for money. Cool story, dude. Alukia says, what are your thoughts on the state of anarchy owing money to Mark Passio? I have absolutely nothing to do with it. I don't know what happened behind closed doors, so I've been staying out of that because it's just drama in the movement, but I have no idea what that's all about. Hopefully everything gets worked out fine. I hate to see the divide in the movement. It doesn't help anyone. Alex S says, Happy New Year. Go Silver, go. I hope so. It's very undervalued, in my opinion. Shinobi Wan says, Pluto, non-planet. Thanks, science. Anthony Gonzalez says, Hey, Wham. Good to see you, Anthony. Thank you for joining us. Layla says, CBC, my goodness, the work of the devil. Yeah, seriously. Why would I take that job? I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Glenn Parent says, who says that, NASA? LMAO. Shinobi Wan says, up with my silver value. 100% agree. Legend Meadow says, that's a good stance. Even Ayn Rand wasn't that principled. Well, objectivists don't think it's immoral anyway. Shinobi Wan says, Glenn Parent, 100% touche. Spare Time in Canada says they want to make us poor. Safu Mafu says, no, go live on Float. I can't right now because my computer crashed, so I'm stuck on my phone on the YouTube app. It's unfortunate. It's what I'm stuck with right now, though. I can't afford a new laptop. It sucks. I want to go live on Float, but I can't right now. Glenn Parent says, we don't let anyone freeze in Canada. I don't know. People die all the time on the street, to be fair, in Canada, freezing to death. Tim Shrew says, yes, there is Safu. He's just on YouTube only right now. Yeah, at the moment, because I'm stuck in a terrible situation. Anthony Jennings sent something but retracted the message. Glenn Parent says, don't try to swim in the Red River in Winter Pig in the spring. Don't try to swim there ever. The torrent would kill you. Never go swimming in the Red River, whether it's summer or winter, or anytime. And besides, it's disgusting and full of sewage. Glenn Parent says, or Andrew Cannon says, and you thought I was a troll, lol. Yeah. What, like, that was kind of crazy, wasn't it? Like, what is going on with people? The troll level gets so crazy when people make accusations like that and convicted. Anyone could look up my criminal record. I don't have one. Chris Shapansky says, yeah, don't feed the trolls. And then Andrew, or let's see, sorry, a message came over the screen right now, so I'm trying to see the chat. Anthony Jennings says, how much silver should people have minimum to be stress-free during the upcoming recession? Still stacking. I can't give advice on that even legally at all, but nor would I anyway. I would just say that you should diversify. Everyone should diversify. But I do believe with how undervalued silver has been, and same with gold, it's a good deal for the sake of wealth insurance. It's not about investment. It's all about wealth insurance at the end of the day. What? Penny Pinchin Prepper says, are you wearing pants today? Yeah, I'm wearing pants. People, oh my God. Vinny Rondo says, hello, Josh. Good to see you, Vinny. Glenn Parent says, Josh, young people today go see a movie and they think it's real. Yeah, I know. People are not within the reality. Shinobi Wan says, Josh, have you tried throwing the computer out a window and swearing at it? I think it helps. Well, that would make me most satisfied, I will admit. I have been considering, once I get all the data off of it, which is just an infinite blue screen of death loop called automatic repair, which is terrible. Once I get the data off of it, I'm thinking of shooting it multiple times, like using it as target practice. I hate technology so much when it doesn't work for me. It's just, I don't know. It's one of the number one things that can test your stress level. Vinny Rondo says, should we be buying gold? I mean, if you want to buy, I think, in my opinion, wealth insurance is incredibly crucial for the future. The recession's already here. It's just about the crash, really, the collapse of the global monetary system in the markets. Alex S. says, if you're hungry, watch Dr. Pimple. Ew, gross. No. Shannon Steele says, ignore the trolls, Josh. They are hilarious. Happy New Year from Vancouver. Keep making awesome travel vids and hope 2020 is awesome for you. Thank you so much, Shannon. I really do appreciate that. As far as the trolls go, it's one thing to be a troll. It's truly disgusting to make accusations like molestation of a toddler. What's wrong with people? My God. It's just getting so bad. I mean, if they're paid trolls, imagine being that much of a sicko that you even think up that kind of stuff. Superbitive says, hashtag vote for Superbitive. All right. Shinobi Wan says gold is expensive, but you should have some. Silver is much easier to trade for food and etc. when you need it. Time of crisis. Well, it's like Bitcoin. You buy small amounts of it at a time. You don't have to buy a whole ounce of gold. Mancha is posting disgusting comments here that are wrong and inaccurate, and I don't know what he abused a child. Do not listen to Josh. Disgusting. Okay, I am um, reporting. No, I'm just gonna remove. I don't report people. Um, Hide user on this channel. There we go. That should do it. Um, it's just sick. Legend Meadow says, "Where are you getting this info?" I hid the user. I can't see what he said back. Anyone can look at my criminal record. This is what a sick thing. I think he's obviously mixing me up with someone else, but I mean, or he's just a troll that's saying horrible things. I'm actually interested in what the hell he's talking about. Um, did someone start a troll Reddit forum on me? Let me see. All of this oil. Glenn Parent says all of this oil worldwide and gasoline per gallon is crazy. Um, G Wiz says Mancha got the subreddit completely wrong, but he's right. This thread was moved to RBI. What are you talking about, guys? I'm checking this out here. Am I supposed to type in my name or something? Is someone trolling me? RBI Reddit. I see interviews with Jeff Berwick and stuff. What are you talking about? I've never been. What G Wiz says it shows Josh's name on a pic on a database claiming he abused several toddlers in New Orleans. I've never even been to New Orleans in my life. What are you talking about? These people are crazy. Sometime last year. Last year? What? I've never been to New Orleans in my life. I'm removing this guy too. These trolls are getting out of control. Unbelievable. But anyway, my reputation speaks for itself. That's sickening. Rika the Hopeful Wanderer says, thank you for deleting that fool. You're welcome. My God. Imagine the mind of someone that makes claims like this. So wrong. Oh my God. Anyway, on to the next. M. Palio says, don't be paranoid. Just a bored guy. Stop talking about it. Okay. New Orleans, haha, gee, a troll too, says Shinobi One. I'm thinking that either someone's funding these people, or there's just a bunch of bots, or there's just a whole bunch of people that have decided to troll me today. Chris Shapansky says, don't feed the trolls, Josh, just ban. Yeah, but it looks bad if I just ban. I've never even been to New Orleans in my life, so that's like hilarious that you could have at least picked a place that I've been. Tim True says, Josh, they're just slandering you. Fun times, says Shinobi. Super Bit of says rumors. Dark Helmet says Penny because of the Iraqi militias being dicks. Rika, the Hopeful Volunteer, says, you don't need Reddit threads to find out if someone is convicted, dummies. Yeah, look up my criminal record. I don't have one in any country. I've never been to New Orleans ever. David Wilson says, isn't it amazing when you report the truth based on facts, you struggle to live, but you report baseless lies and you can be rich? I know. But then you're rich with money, but you're poor in emotionally you're poor, and as far as your own principles, it's hard to sleep at night if you don't do the right thing. Mark Southern says, oh my God, I thought they were trolling, but just found the thread. I'll link it. Please do. It won't let me post the links. Oh my God. What's going on right now? 1300 says, watching what happens when you tell the truth right here, out there to discredit you. Yeah. Where are these trolls coming? There's so many people with sock puppet accounts commenting right now. What's going on? Again, press like on the video if you haven't already. It helps out. I'm dealing with these trolls that are slandering me about something I apparently did in New Orleans, even though I've never been to New Orleans. So this is great. And also convicted. If I was doing all that kind of stuff, I'm 25. Don't you think I'd be in jail for like the rest of my life? Oh God, I hate trolls so much. I mean, I try not to feed them, but it's just when I have like apparently 5 people trolling me at the same time, claiming the most horrific, disgusting. It's just sickening. Mark Barber says, "Hey, love your work. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks for the support, guys. I really appreciate it." Dwayne DeConing says, "Do you you did just invite them to keep going with trying to stop you, Josh? Lol, just kick them from the chat." I've kicked a few from the chat, but I just I don't want to leave that without saying anything because that's sick. I mean, that's a kind of an accusation that is beyond claiming like one person did that I was making clickbait titles. To make a claim about molesting children is so over the top disgusting that I don't even know if I can put words to it properly. I mean, I especially I found this Reddit link and I'm looking it up and I can't find anything about what they're talking about. And on top of that, it's like I haven't even been to New Orleans in my life, so I have to acknowledge such a slanderous statement. It's wrong to ignore that. Dwayne DeCona says, I just read that. Shinobi Wan says, they spending their free time on New Year's to try and troll, waste of lives. Um, Andrew Cannon says, way to ruin chat, probably kids. Kids aren't allowed to watch these videos. Um, Parminder Randhawa says, your thoughts on the New World Order? Just an insidious way to enslave humanity, and it's unfortunate that people unfortunately look for a lesser form of the slavery to mitigate the slavery of the New World Order, which is definitely a thing that's happening. It's definitely a thing that's been going on because it's easier to create a major centralized entity to control everyone without having to bicker between organized crime rackets. But at the end of the day, the nationalism is just a smaller form of the same thing. I don't know why people support that over the New World Order. Sure, lesser of two evils, but it's still evil. Mark Southern says it's in the New Orleans Predator database, something to do with blue collar crime. I don't know. I'm going to hide you from this channel too because you are a troll and a disgusting, sick, perverted troll at that. So get lost, dude, and I hope you have a good life and get the help you need. Muzzle Ray says, just joined. Good day from the land of Oz and congratulations on your courageous journey to the Sahara. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It's I wish it was. What's crazy is a video I posted on how I was going there got like 100,000 views, and then I actually go there and put up the documentary, and people push me and push me and push me to post the documentary now. So I finally just posted, and I reached like 70,000 people. It's crazy because people talk about reshot structure with 1,000 subscribers and get 1 million views on their videos. It's so frustrating. That's how shadow banned I am. But I whatever. I was happy to go there. It was life changing. It was amazing. Rim says, you're great. Don't lose your uniqueness. I appreciate that. Thank you. Paleo says, come and report from Sweden and our situation. So few that are actually doing journalism on it. Could be good sell to NPC News. Yeah, I might get to Sweden in the summer of 2021. I'm sorry, a bit ways away. I can't afford to go there right now, but yeah, I have to plan out my trip when I leave and give up all my possessions so that I can move overseas and be homeless. But, it's all so that I can continue publishing content. MP says, I'm surprised they are not talking about drinking baby blood. Yeah, seriously. Tim True says, probably the same lonely man. Yeah, it's really sad. New Year's Eve, and that's where he is. Shinobi Wan says, Reddit is just a kid's trolley wiki. Yeah, I know. It's actually, I can't stand Reddit. I only post my ancient civilization stuff on there. Rika the Hopeful Voluntarist says they're lonely on New Year's Eve. Yeah, but I mean, sorry, but it's just, to make an accusation like that is above and beyond. That's like, actually, it makes me sick to think that someone would ever try to make people think that about me. That's so wrong on every level. Oil is going up because Trump is trying to prop up the stock market. Doug209 says, what if trolls are here to teach us? Teach us what? To not trust people? Rim says, I'm 25 too, 1994 rocks. Yeah, I can't remember it well, but yeah, apparently it did, except for that whole Kurt Cobain fiasco. And Paleo says, dude, you're sounding quilty when you're responding to it. Just ignore it, FFS. Yeah, but I know, but again, I can't just not acknowledge something so horrifically insidious to make a claim like that. They are trolls from Planet Zeros, says Glenn Parent. Mark Barber said, thumbs up. Jeff Toxicity says, 4chan found you, Josh. They are trolling you now. Great. Shinobi Wan says, here's a good troll. And the thing is, it helps my algorithm, so it lets me reach more people. Shinobi Wan says, here's a good troll. Josh has has fake hair. It's a wig. God, I'm actually balding, so no, it's not a very good wig if it was a wig. Penny Pincher Prepper, another troll that goes in all my comments that I'm pretty sure is Luke Radowski, says Josh is an owl baby and wears diapers. I'm okay. So this Luke, if you want to ride to the New Year's party later, just stop trolling me. I don't need you on top of these other people. Jeff McElveen says you need to be more popular than they make it look. Why would the trolls bother? Keep it up. Yeah. Um, Muzzle Ray says just block them. Yeah, I cut out most people that are pushing that nonsense. Rika the Hopeful Voluntarist says it's slander. Yeah, it's disgusting slander, and it makes light of children getting molested. It's disgusting. Anyway, make sure to press like on this video if you haven't already. We're at 99 likes. Let's get above 100 likes, guys. And a big shout out to Legend Meadows, who sent 50 kroner. Thank you so much. Says, what do you think about China's zombie companies and overcapacity? That waste of resources is enormous with ghost cities being built to prop up GDP. Yeah, it's California on steroids. And it's going to come to an end eventually. But what they're doing, what's interesting is they actually do fill up those ghost cities eventually. The problem is when they fill up those ghost cities, by then they've already built a new ghost city. They are trying to make their economy look more expansive than it is. Not to say that China's economy isn't expansive, but they are the biggest master manipulators on Earth. And yeah, there's a lot of zombie companies. It's what you'd expect from China, which is trying to take over as a world reserve currency and the world leader. Um, be mindful, but thank you so much for that super chat. Again, those super chats are the only thing keeping us alive right now and allowing us to eat. So thank you. Be Mindful Energy says, thanks for your work. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Rika the Hopeful Voluntarist says, libel rather. Yeah, I mean, I could sue if I wanted to. That's horrible. Glenn Parent says, curve. Jeff McElveen says, I'm never going to make it to midnight. Falling asleep? Come on, I have to be more entertaining than that. Shinobi Wan says, Legend Meadow, bro, you got the coins, mate. Happy New Year's. You are the change we all want to be. Yeah, thank you so much. Those super chats are just seriously crucial to the development of independent media and the perpetuation of free information online. So thank you so much for all that. It really does. I can never put it into words. I'm bad at thanking people. Alukia says trolls would rather continue slavery. Dark Helmet says, people with 4K monitors can have 8 sock accounts open at all times to mega troll. Yeah, and it's just really sad and pathetic. Moseray says, need to write NWO a high school musical. Alukia says, trolls are asleep. Shinobi Wan says, mega trolls power level. Layla says, must be a liberal or just like some state as a goon. Sad. No person to spend New Year's with, and here they are making disgusting, sick accusations on YouTube. Says a lot. Let's see. Plus 100 says Dark Helmet. And Paleo says, at Jeff McElveen, why allow yourself to live under authority-controlled time? If no plans, time no matter. Glenn Parent says, true, Alukia. Tor's Magic TM says, your reaction is making you sound really guilty. Do we got more? Oh my God. Look at my criminal record. I have none. I've never been to New Orleans. Go for it. I don't care. I have nothing to hide. Jeff McElveen says, how dare I miss out on Anderson Cooper and some LGBTQ sidekick expound on the wondrous Times Square. Yeah, I know a few people that are in Times Square right now. I don't get it. Like, what, do you wear a diaper? I mean, like, there's no toilets. You're like in a giant crowd for like 10 hours. And also, it's like cold and rainy just to watch a ball go up or drop. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. And yeah, who wants to watch Anderson Cooper? Or previously it was like Kathy Griffin. It's like, why? Terrible. Isn't it Anderson Cooper and like Don Lemon now? Why? Why would anyone want that? Muzzle Ray says it was, sorry, I've got a message popping up on my screen. Muzzle Ray says it was truly amazing and inspirational. Shinobi Wan says, no, his reaction is a normal human action. Tor's Magic TM says there's a hacker called 4chan trolling you. Great. Alex S says, never underestimate the sickos on the internet. They want to bank on your popularity. Yeah, pretty messed up. Mark Barber says, I was glued to your video of your journey to the Sahara. Amazing stuff. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Glenn Parent says, these trolls won't make it to 40 years old. Sad. Yeah, when they look back at their own life there. not going to want to keep their life anymore. Show Me Juan says, probably CNN or BBC has funded trolls to take out the competition. Yeah. Torres Magic, maybe he did do it. You're an idiot. Mass says, it's just misinformation. I wouldn't go on a banning spree. Yeah, I know, but they're making claims all over the video and, loading up the whole chat with craziness. So, yeah, I'm going to have to block them from commenting because I don't want to have to deal with every second comment being ridiculous. I still haven't banned Tor's Magic for some reason. Per Anderson says, I admire your courage. Greetings from Denmark. Greetings to you as well. Thank you. Andrew Cannon says, these accusations make anyone sound guilty. This girl had me convinced her dad did all that, but she also wants him to babysit her kids. I don't believe anyone anymore. Sorry. Muzzle Ray says, you're not going to like anyone all the time, and there are some you're not going to like any of the time. Yeah. Glenn Perrin says, 1966, Captain Kirk is pissed off with these trolls. Muzzle Ray says, just kick it. Sin City Tower says, did you remember to pick up some of that Canadian meth that Luke is obsessed with? Yeah, that's great. Tor's Magic, you don't believe the trolls, you're one of them. You're probably the same guy. Muzzle Ray says 102 likes from what I'm seeing. Yeah, make sure to press like if you haven't already. With Doug209 says, with ghosts? Muzzle Ray says 103. Tor's Magic, let's not make fun of victims of child abuse. You are sick in the head, dude. Penny Pincher Prepper says, don't you block me. I know you're Penny Pincher Prepper, Luke. That's clearly Luke Rudowski. I know because of the references that you keep making. You're an idiot. I'm going to see you in like an hour. Glenn Perrin says, Luke, pass the butter, Luke and the gravy. Adrian Blackburn says, hey, Josh, what do you think about Andrew Yang? I just don't support any politicians, and it's slavery that would entitle people to that money. Redistribution of wealth via the printing of currency, which comes back on people. It's economically devoid of logic. People will end up having to pay off the interest on the debt, and it'll bankrupt the populace and drive the price of living up, and it'll cause people to, be able to buy less with their money, and then they end up more impoverished. You give everyone money, and the equivalent of the price of living goes up in relation with it. So, no, it's a terrible, terrible idea. I understand. I recognize that. I'm sure the guy seems nice, and he has been heavily censored. I don't buy that. I don't believe in slavery of any kind. Doug209 says, my normie friends haven't even heard about social credit score in China. Raw Evidence says, happy 2020 from Spain. Thank you very much. Love Spain, my favorite country in the world, 100%. You're the Pee Wee Herman of YouTube, says Penny Pincher. Definitely Luke. 4K trolling, says Doug209. Glenn Parent says, trolls are still watching The Wizard of Oz with Trump. Shinobi Wan says, troll have good internet connection under the bridge. Storm, that's the thing about trolls, though. It's about trolling, like when you're on a lake fishing or something, you're trolling the waters for the gutters, or the bottom feeders. Stormzy Fam says PDO. I don't know what that means. Doug209 says that ball dropping must be ritual. Yeah, possibly. Shinobi Wan says, anyways, how about them wandering magnet poles? Tim True says, Luke's Anderson Cooper confrontation was great. Yeah, he did too. That weren't too bad. I'll give him that. Kathy Bobathy says, Josh is so pretty. Well, thank you. Pretty. I don't know about that. YouTube moderator, did you guys see David Monday's tweet? I have not. He has 20K followers, and he has a journalist who just exposed Josh. He put up the screenshots on his Twitter. Oh my God. Here we go again. Who is this guy who's trolling me right now? This is crazy. I'm going to go on here. David Monday. I'll go to it. I'll check that out. Again, I've never been to New Orleans. I shouldn't be giving any credit to mentioning this, but I think this guy's wasting my time. But if someone is, if someone is, slandering me, I'd like to know. Just gotta scroll up a bit. By the way, big shout out to Rainy Steps, who sent 279. Said hello. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chat. Those are what makes it possible for me to survive. And Slayer On says, sent 15 euros. Says, Josh, just keep up the good work. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Those super chats are seriously what's keeping us alive. I've got so many people trolling me right now. Um, let's see. We got David Monday says, "Hi Josh, I'm a journalist working for Plymouth Daily on Twitter. Can you make any comment on the allegations about you skipping bail in New Orleans? I've never been to New Orleans, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. You guys are crazy. Um, who is David Monday? I'm going to his Twitter right now because this is ridiculous. And on his Twitter, I see so far nothing on his Twitter um, about any of this. Yeah, just like I thought. Big old troll, and I'm so sick of all these morons. Oh my god. Anyway, let's see. I mean, could there be someone with the same first and last name as me that did something wrong somewhere? I don't know, but I first I'm hearing about it, and it's not me. What? Oh my god, these people are terrible. Tanya Sweet. So now we got like 10 people that are all probably the same sock puppet account trolling me. Um, Kathy Bobathy says, it's never been about the money, it's about power, and why do they have this power anyways? Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god. What is going on right now? Lake Simcoe, Ontario. Doug209 says, I just saw Luke's t-shirt of Josh, lol. Okay, so who are these people? Um, oh my god, what tweet about me? What are you guys talking about? I'm on Twitter and there's literally no tweets about me at all. Period. I'm going through all my notifications. I went to this guy's account. There's nothing. I looked up Reddit. You guys are wasting my time and just trolling. It's just message deleted by the Google moderator team, says Tanya on Tanya Sweetland's thing. What the hell's going on? Anyway, this is crazy. Can't even. I don't even know what to say right now because we got like every second comment is a troll. Oh my god. Uh, Rika the Hopeful Volunteers, my word, they won't stop. Yeah, Penny Pincher, I'll get you back later. Alex S says, do you have a mailing address? I don't give out mailing addresses. I should do something though. Um, Andrew Cannon says, I actually think it's a paid YouTube hacker that is setting a limit for banning. You don't normally ever ban or delete comments, right? Um, I don't usually know. I'm deleting or I'm banning a few people because they're trolls, but apparently they've got like 15 to 20 accounts here and are trolling me with all of them. So anyway, LOC Star says, lol, David Monday deleted the tweets when he realized how many subscribers Josh has. What? Muzzle Ray says, anyone see Nay 36C3 lectures worth watching? Andrew Cannon says, I don't know, though, just wild educated guess. Papa says, Josh, what do you think is going on in the Liberal Party? Seems Freeland is in control. You know, I've been kind of out of the loop for a couple weeks on Canadian politics because I've been I hate politics, and I just know that people are just gonna vote for their master one way or another, and it's not gonna change. It's just gonna go in circles forever. LOC says, put them back up, David, and expose him. Oh my God, this is so annoying. Go away. There's everyone. Most of the comments now are trolls. I don't know how to get around this, but it's crazy. David Monday says, no, I'm not being held liable. David, if you really want to get sued, keep slandering me with nonsense about a place I haven't even actually ever been in my life. Go ahead, slander me. Go ahead and see what happens because you are spreading really disgusting things, apparently. I don't even know who you are. I don't even know if this is a real channel that's, oh my God, I'm on this guy's account and there's literally no tweets and nothing of this kind. It's just so annoying. I'm trying not to get annoyed by the trolls, but like every comment is from a troll. So what am I supposed to talk about? You're an internet savvy ANCAP. Yeah, I know, but when someone makes accusations like this against me, I'm not going to just ignore them. Brian Forrester says, all the best, Josh. All the best to you, Brian. Always great to see you. Um, oh my God. Luke said that I have an adult baby nursery in his basement. I guess if that's what you're into. I don't even have a basement. Kathy Bobathy says, don't get distracted, Josh. It's hard not to be because these are like, it's crazy. Um, Glenn Parent says, Josh, they must be on 1963 acid. Yeah, I guess so. Trolls do not matter. I agree. They are sad, lonely individuals. Rika the Hopeful Volunteer says, Josh's Trolldar is broken. I know, but it's every single comment, and I can't have people going into this thing thinking that I'm responsible for these horrible, egregious acts I'm being accused of. Mark Barber says, "Is that the real Brian Forrester?" It is. And he's on Float.app, by the way. You should go check him out on Float.app at Brian Brien. Um, da, 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 da. Yes, real Brian. Mark Barber says, "Hey Brian, love your work as well." Um, Barbara Streisand effect. Yeah, but the difference with the Barbara Streisand effect, Jeff, is that people will share the picture over and over again. In this case, let people go and look into this. Fine. I have no criminal record and I need to acknowledge it. I can't not talk about it. Um, David Monday, right. Robert Carr sent £5. What do you think of Boris Johnson's victory in the UK? I think it was obvious. I mean, obviously, the leftists needed to perhaps, I don't know, criticize all of their own supporters more and demand 95% taxes more. Obviously, that's what they need. It's obvious that's going to happen when your whole shtick is to call everyone in the country evil and just constantly virtue signal while sitting in your ivory on your ivory throne in your palace. It's just ridiculous. So I would say it goes without saying that was going to be the inevitable end point. Um, trolls. Mass says, "Hey Brian, love your videos and work." REM R15 says, "How's the move going?" Well, I'm doing that later in 2020, and that's when I'm going to be selling all my things to move overseas so I can stay alive. That'll be going on later this year. I have obligations in the United States leading up to that. Matt Spence says sent $2.79 Canadian, says best of luck in the new year. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Shinobi One says, David Monday, you're not a real person. You're a freak. Agreed. And John K says, Happy New Year, brother. Thank you for all your hard work. Let's see. Glenn Parent says, don't feel bad, Josh, that Toronto Maple Leafs have not won the cup since 1967. That's fine by me. Legend Meadow says, Slayer on donated 15 euros a bit earlier. Didn't I mention that? I thought I mentioned that above. Let's see. I gotta scroll up now. It's hard to keep up with because I just got a million trolls at the same time. Ugh. Scrolling. Yeah, Slayer on. Josh, keep up the good work. He said, yeah, and I really appreciate those super chats. It does mean a lot to me. It means a lot because it's literally what's keeping us alive and allowing us to eat. So make sure to check those links below. Find us on float.app, flote.app. Also find our find our Teespring merchandise in the description as well. Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies, GoFundMe, Patreon, subscribe to all those things help a lot, guys. So I really appreciate it. Pop Papis says, Josh, how drunk will Jeff Berwick get this Anarchapulco? I hope less than other years. Shinobi One says, Robert Carr and Matt Spence roll out in the change. Okay, David, shut up. Lucia says, Brian Forster, thanks or all the work you do. I hope our species will understand the existence of extraterrestrials soon. Shinobi One says, Sue David Monday set an example. Well, I don't know. We'll see about that. Layla says, Canadian aren't cut out for sport. They're too sleepy. And Polio says, how is the Boogaloo community in USA? Heard 66% think civil war is coming soon. Sweden is in a slow civil war. By the way, there seems to be a big move towards Virginia and militias right now in Virginia after the gun grabbing, which is absolutely insane. That's happening there right now. Glenn Parent says Vancouver right now is going through a bad rainstorm. David Monday, Vancouver rains all year. I used to live outside of Vancouver. It was just depressing in the winter. David Monday says, I'm really sorry. I didn't know the full story. you get lost, dude. I mean, the full story. I've never been to New Orleans. Rika, the hopeful volunteer, says sometimes I wonder whether or not I should respond to status in the chat. Yeah, I know. It's like, how do you explain the world altogether in general and basic human decency to an individual on a chat? Let's see. I'm going to hide user on channel. There we go. Mark Barber says, so wish I could afford to send a donation, Josh. Just can't afford it right now. I'll help for sure when holiday passes. Well, I really appreciate that. Thanks a lot. I just, anything that helps. Pressing like on this video helps too, by the way. If you guys haven't already, make sure to do that and check those links below. Shinobi One says, you better. Andrew Cannon says, I quit smoking cigarettes 5 days ago. Been vaping and smoking pot. Happy New Year's, everyone. Well done, Andrew. Happy New Year to you as well. I quit smoking on November 26, 2018. It's been over a year now, and it feels great. Health issues dramatically disappeared for the most part, except for right now because I just got back from Canada, and I always feel sick when I go to Canada. Robert Carson, £5. Thanks again. Another awesome person that's helping out huge. Have you checked out Trey Smith's Trump Prophecy on YouTube? I haven't. I'll check that out. Trey Smith Trump Prophecy. I'll definitely make sure to check that out. Thank you for the suggestion. Palios, and again, thank you so much for the super chats, guys. I mean, that is seriously the fuel that keeps the engine going here. 100%. Making $3 a day on average in monetization on YouTube is not sustainable at all. And Polio says, God, I love the sound of that. As socialist Sweden is, it is hard to get real activism stuff. So we tend to go to USA for that. Ted Bundy, for example. Yeah. Shinobi Wan says, Adrian Blackburn, you have said this a few times. Explain what he is up to. Layla says, Andrew, you should quit all of that, or you didn't really quit. Businessman says, hi, it's David Monday here again. Oh my God, I just blocked you. Hide user on this channel. Okay, enough of that bullshit. Glenn Parent says, I know rainstorms, this is a bad one. Oh, well, sorry to hear. Hope all works out well for you over there. Shinobi or Robert Carr said, Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you as well. Shinobi One says, businessman, troll, power level weak. I know, it's like a 12-year-old. Layla says, in what way do you feel sick when you go to Canada, Josh? Please explain. I just always, my health just deteriorates. My throat hurts. I feel weak and tired and just out of it. I just feel terrible. I can't do proper work. It's bad. Shinobi One says, David Monday, best hope your name isn't out on the net. Granville, not a sex offender, says, David here again. Please stop hiding me. Oh my God. I really need you to confirm that I'm not being sued. I can't ruin my reputation again. And another hide user. See, again, evidence. All those puppet accounts. Could be, Legend Meadow says, could be the weather. Yeah, weather, the air, the climate in general. Sean Moore says, lol. Oh, Shauna Moore? Okay, I used to know a guy named Sean Moore who epically trolled me as well. Rika, the hopeful volunteer, says, ahaha. Lukia says, lol. Glenn Parent says, you don't want to fall in the Fraser River. We can't save you. I camped next to the Fraser River once by the rapids next to Mount Robson. And that water is strong, like crazy strong. Layla says, oh gosh, I've always felt Canada is weirdly unhealthy. Yeah, it's just, it was terrible. And Polio says, you get sick when arriving to Canada, huh? The socialist stink, most likely, yeah. FF Scout Jonesy says, hey, it's David, I'm really sorry. And another user, thanks for showing me all your puppet cans so I can make sure I don't have to deal with you anymore. Andrew Cannon says, one step at a time, but yeah, if I quit everything, I'll save like $4,000 a year. So yeah, I need to quit it all and cold. Legend Meadow says, now you're blatantly proving how much of a troll you are. Yeah, seriously. Shinobi One says, FFS Scout Jaunty, I'm going to stop feeding you, degenerate. Holy Cruncher says, eat more fresh food to maintain health. I also heard meal spacing helps. Layla says, way to go, Andrew. You won't look back, and pot isn't good for you. Luke Monkman says, wow, David is fast at logging into other accounts. That's because he was already logged in. Go ahead and repost the tweet, dude. I don't care. If you want to get sued, do it. He owns a podcast about fantasy football. Uh, Glenn Perrin says we all can't live on craft dinner. Yeah, exactly. Well, anyway, if you haven't already, make sure to press like. Um, I appreciate everyone that's tuning in today. Big happy new year for everyone. End of a decade, beginning of another, and it's just the beginning. So I really appreciate those that are, been supportive of us over the last several years. Um, I've Oh my God. Okay. Can everyone go over to at David Monday 815 on Twitter and let him know how you feel about this trolling? It would be if he's going to start a war, I'll bite. Jeff Toxicity says there's a group kids that troll live streams on YouTube. It's normal to happen. Yeah, it's just annoying. Um, Make sure to press like on this video if you haven't already. Uh, anyway. I've got enough problems than to deal with these morons. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone that's supported us over the years. It's been we're coming up nearly a decade of putting out videos, and almost every day, all day, every day. It's a decade of my life that's been spent trying to do this, and it's really sad to see them shadow banning, but it's really great to see so many people standing by us and helping us in so many ways. So thank you so much for all the help, everyone. End of a decade into the next decade. I look forward to continuously working at this all through the next decade and not letting anyone or anything stop me. And I will not negotiate with the terrorists that are trying to censor me. Shinobi Wan says no followers. Uh, David Monday 815 if you want to give him a tweet on Twitter. Rika the hopeful volunteer says dislikes help the algorithm too, so have at it. Yeah, Bitcoin Brian says okay, wait, don't start a war. Oatmeal Joey Arnold says happy new decade. Happy new decade to you as well. Oh my God. Hide user on this channel. Okay, Robert Carr says arsehole, arseholes are everywhere. Mark Barber says, got to roll, Josh. Hope you have an awesome new year with the best for you in 2020. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. To you as well. Norman Liu says, hey Josh, happy new year from Spain. Thank you so much. Love Spain. I can't wait to get back to Spain. It's truly, I feel so much better when I'm in Spain than almost any other place in the world. And Palio says, be a better capitalist, please. You have to be pragmatic, follow YouTube's rules, and keep yourself monetized. Companies that take vast contracts with the government are not capitalistic. They're corporatist. And they're a monopoly on information now, and they're restricting people from speaking. Shomi Wan says, 2020, the year we take our knowledge back. Absolutely. Oh, my God. So annoying, dude. Mass says, I can be a troll the odd time. Your content isn't something to troll about. We are serious here. Whatever. Glenn Perrin says, the best for every human on the flat earth. Whatever people want to believe. Either way, I really appreciate everyone joining us today. Shannon Steele is like, yeah, kind of like trying to get rid of ants. I know. You step on 40 of them and there's 1,000 more. It's coming out of the walls and stuff. It's just terrible. But anyway, I really appreciate everyone joining us. It means a lot. Make sure to press like on this video. Pressing like helps us out a lot. All the super chats, thank you so much. Jeff McElveen says, Happy New Year, Josh. Happy New Year to you as well. I really appreciate it. If anyone's interested, I will be at, what do you call it? Oh my God. I will be at a New Year's party tonight in Las Vegas. If you want to join, it's $50 to get in. It's at David Copperfield's old house. So go to Aaron Nakamoto on Twitter and Aaron Nakamoto on Float, and there's other platforms to find the link for the tickets. I can't really do it right here, right now on the live stream. So if you're in Las Vegas, come and say hi and hang out. And I hope to see you there, David Monday. It would be good to meet you. Anyway. I appreciate everyone tuning in, and it's it's another year, another adventure, and it's just time at the end of the day. It's just another year, and it doesn't really mean anything. It's just arbitrary. But at the end of the day, what isn't arbitrary is your life and your time, and what do you do with it? So make sure to live to the fullest. It's much worse losing time than losing money. That's the most important asset that you cannot lose is time. So make the best of it. It's a miracle to be alive, and don't ever forget it. Anyway, I appreciate everyone tuning in. I will be doing videos in the next day or two as well. I got to post. I got meetings with a bunch of people in the next few days, as well as an interview on the 2nd and a few, I think one on the 3rd. Anyway, we got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. You know how it is. Day in, day out, never stopping, working all the time. Speaking of Brian Forster, I got one of his books there. He's written like a ridiculous amount of books. Anyway, I gotta go. I've been talking too much and I'm ranting on and I'm not shutting up. So again, thank you so much for the super chats. Make sure to press like. And until next time, everyone, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change, and happy 2020, everyone.